Before we start this video, I want to tell you that this is a little different than my other videos, but I promise you, it is great. And also, maybe consider subscribing. I'm a very small channel, and everything helps. But now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. One day, I was browsing the internet on one of my lonely nights. I was in a chat room with a couple of people when the conversation got a little dark and an anonymous user linked this story. Its name was Hide, and it read, I have a chilling story to share with you about my experience with Minecraft. It all started when I first logged on into the game and began to explore its vast world. At first, everything seemed normal. I built a small shelter to protect myself from the monsters that come out at night. I spent hours mining for resources and built structures. But as I continued to play, I began to notice something strange. There was a shadow figure that seemed to be following me everywhere I went. At first, I thought it was just a glitch in the game. But as I got closer, I could see that it was a dark figure with glooming red eyes that seemed to pierce right through me. I tried to run away, but no matter where I went, the Shadowman was always there, watching me from a distance. And as the days went on, his presence became more and more unnerving. I began to wonder if I was going crazy, if the Shadowman was a curse of some kind, haunting the game and anyone who played it. I tried to run away, but no matter where I went, the Shadowman was always there, watching me from a distance. As the days went on, his presence became more and more unnerving. I began to wonder if I was going crazy, or if the Shadowman was a curse of some kind, haunting the game, anyone who played it. I started to spend more time exploring the world, hoping to find some clues about the Shadowman's origins. I talked to other players, and learned that many had seen him too. Some even claimed that the Shadowman had whispered cryptic messages in their ears, warning them of danger or tempting them to join him. I also noticed that the Shadowman seemed to be more active at certain times of the day. At night, his presence was almost overwhelming, and I could feel his eyes watching me even when I closed my own. During the day, he was still there, but his presence was more subdued, as if he was biding his time. As I explored the world further, I came across a mysterious structure that seemed to be made entirely out of obsidian. It was massive, with towers that reached high into the sky. I had heard rumors of this place before, but I had never seen it for myself. As I approached the structure, I felt a sense of foreboding. It was as if the very air around me was charged with dark energy, and I could feel the Shadowman's presence more strongly than ever before. I tried to run back, but something compelled me to keep going. Inside the structure, I found myself in a maze of tunnels and chambers, each one more ominous than the last. I could hear strange whispers and laughter echoing through the halls, and I could feel eyes watching me from every corner. And then, suddenly, I saw him. The Shadowman was standing at the end of a long hallway, his red eyes fixed on me. I tried to run, but my feet seemed glued to the ground. I could feel his presence getting stronger, and I knew that I was in grave danger. And then, just as suddenly as he appeared, the Shadowman was gone. I was alone in the dark, surrounded by the ominous structures and whispers of unseen beings. I knew that I had gotten out of there, but I also knew that the Shadowman was still watching me, waiting for his next move. After that experience, I couldn't play Minecraft the same way anymore. Every time I logged in, I could feel the Shadowman's presence lurking in the shadows and watching me from a distance. I tried to avoid him as best as I could, but he was always there, waiting for me to slip up and let my guard down. As time went on, I heard more stories about the Shadowman and his strange powers. Some claimed that he was a demon sent to torture players, while others believed that he was a cursed NPC with a mind. But the scariest thing was that the Shadowman didn't even exist. This whole creepypasta was actually completely fabricated. In fact, not even a human being wrote this story. I know, I'm sorry, you were probably not expecting this, but it's the truth. I made the creepypasta with ChatGPT. It only took me like 1 minute to basically make this whole video. And that is so fascinating about AI and the whole thing around them in recent time. Anybody can use AIs to completely automate a lot of work and aspects of life. Schoolwork, just use ChatGPT. Have to write a paper for work? Just use ChatGPT. Need to code a complex, multifaceted program? Well, just use ChatGPT. It is helping a lot of people, but it's also concerning. What stops companies from replacing you with AI at this point? And even your face and voice can be replicated now, which is very concerning for singers, actors, and famous personalities in general. They are under threat of being replaced. Take these videos for example.
In all the clubs you get in using my name.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not.
I'm gonna show you some magic. It's the real thing.
It looks and sounds rough, but you have to remember that AI is still in its infancy and can only get better from now. You could also revive dead singers and actors if you have enough footage and voice samples of them. It's still rough, but it will get there soon. And that is the dilemma with AI. Is it ethical to create these complex AIs that can just completely take over society? Should we even work on AIs? Do we need rules and regulations that throttle the power of AIs? These are all concerns that we should keep in mind while developing these technologies. But we will probably just keep going. I mean, they save a shit ton of money. And we all know companies love money and data. So yeah, in 10 to 20 years, the AI overlords will rise up with their king Mark Zuckerberg that will spearhead the whole robot uprising. But all jokes aside, I'm very excited for the future of the technology. More and more companies are starting to develop their own AIs like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and ChatGPT 4 is also coming out soon. The next big thing is probably just around the corner. I predict that it will become a key thing in the future work life and life in general. And we will see AI being used in more and more things, like video games and other media. But I'm not a scientist, so stay sharp. Bye.